Hello there. All right, my cup of Starbucks is holding my phone for me. So for the first question, the osteon, I'm going to be drawing it and then going through the structures and the cells um, that make it. So first of all, we're going to have the outer layer. It's like consisted of small cells like this, I'll say. I'll just show half of it. All right, these cells, they are the most outer layer, and then of course you have all these nucleuses inside of them. Okay, these are called the osteoblast. These are called the osteoblast. Now, what is the osteoblast responsible for? The osteoblast, well, as we know, that the bone, it needs to be hard, but at the same time, it needs to be not so hard. So there are two kind of cells that regulate this thing, the osteoblast and the osteoclast. Well, the osteoblast is responsible for hardening the bone. It's responsible for ossification. And I learned in an embryology class, ossification is maintained by these two kind of cells, the osteoblast, which is the outermost layer, and then we're going to also draw an osteoclast. So the osteoblast is responsible for hardening the bone, hardening the matrix. Is responsible for forming a new bone, where the osteoclast is responsible for reabsorbing the glycogen in it and making it a little bit softer, so that it doesn't keep getting hard and hard and hard, because we don't want it to be super hard. The osteoclast, it's kind of like within the osteoblast cells. So let's just erase a couple of these. This is an osteoclast. It's kind of like a bump here, a little bit bigger. This is an osteoclast. Okay, in the middle, let's draw the central canal. The central canal contains veins, contains lymphatic vesicles, arteries, and all that. This is in the central canal. Now, this is what maintains and receives nutrients. So nutrients are received in through the blood supply that we get from the central canal, and then osteocytes, they kind of receive it and reabsorb it and maintain the nutrients. All right. So and oh, I also almost forgot to mention that also there are some nerves in this in the central canal as well. Okay, so now most and not least, we can also draw the osteocytes. They're kind of like, of course, there's a lot of cells in here like this, cells and cells and cells and cells and cells, and then there's like small connections. Okay, this is like kind of the osteocyte. This is the osteocyte. This is the osteocyte. Well, the osteocytes, they're within the bone itself, and it maintains minerals of the matrix, and it also regulates bone formation. So we said the osteoblast and osteoclast, they kind of like work on reabsorb the like stiffen it and then harden it, stiffen it and harden it, so that it doesn't get too loose, but at the same time it doesn't get too hard. So the osteocyte is responsible for signaling this signaling this regulations, as well as it is also responsible for maintaining minerals in the matrix and receiving the nutrients from the central canal. Our last part will be the lamella, the lamellae, or the lamellae. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. The lamella is kind of like these parts, like the cells over here. These are the lamellae. I'm just checking my video. Okay, so the lamelles are they're like layers of bones matrix that go all the way around the bone. This is kind of like what forms the bone and gives it its formation, and not forms it. I mean, just gives it like its shape. This is what maintains its shape. It gives compact bone. It kind of hardens it and makes it rigid. Yeah, and I think I went through all the parts. So we had, this is the osteoblast. Let me write on it real quick. So this is going to be our osteoblast. This is the osteoclast. And then we got osteocytes. We got lamellae. Let's show a little bit more over here. Yeah. And then we got the veins. This is the central canal. Yeah, and I think that's about it for it. Thank you.